guys, it's Elise and welcome back to My Cupcake Addiction. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a giant donut piñata. So that's a giant donut made out of chocolate filled with candy so you can smash it open like a piñata. The things that you'll need for today's video, I'm going to use a giant donut silicone mold today. So these are really widely available on Amazon or on eBay. Make sure you get a silicone one, not a metal one if they're on offer. I've got some melted dark chocolate and I've also got some melted white chocolate sprinkles, M&Ms, and some of my favorite miniature candy bars. That's what I'm going to be filling my piñata with, but feel free to go crazy and use whatever you like. I've got some candy coloring because I want the frosting on my donut today to be super, super pink. I've also got some spoons and I've got a spatula. With your giant silicone donut mold, you want to grab just a bowl. I'm going to use just a metal bowl, and that's going to be to set it in. So you can see there, it's going to keep my mold really, really nice and circular. All right, so the first thing we need to do is we need to get that kind of caramelly donutty color. So I'm going to use my main bowl, and I'm going to leave all of your quantities and all of your divisions for these on the My Cupcake Addiction website. So if you want to print that out, we're going for kind of like a light caramelly color. Don't add too much to begin with because you really don't want to end up with too dark of a color here. Be really careful that it's definitely mixed all the way through, because if it's not, when you pour it out, it's going to have some kind of white streaks in it, and you don't want that on the outside of your donut. So I'm going to pour about a quarter of it into this mold and about a quarter into the other. We're going to do two thin coats here rather than one thick one, because two thin coats kind of set a little bit better. Using my spatula, I'm just going to scrape up the sides and just try and evenly distribute that chocolate, making sure that it comes all the way up to the sides of the silicone mold, because the sides are going to be what we use to stick it all together. So we want to make sure that there's definitely chocolate all the way up around the sides. These silicone molds, they're all generally bright red, so you can tell if you've missed any spots. So you want to cover up any of those red spots as best as you can with that chocolate. And then I'm going to put that one into my bowl so that it sets nice and round. And again with the second one, pop that off into the fridge to set it a little bit faster if you like. So once your first coat of the shell is set, so I'm just going to go over and pour in the rest of my caramel melted chocolate mix, but I'm going to leave a little to the side because you need something to join them both together with once you're done setting these little shells. And again with the second one. All right, now while that one's setting, we can color up our pink chocolate. So I'm just using white chocolate, and I've gone with the candy colors here because I know they're a really vibrant color coming from Americolor. I've got a whole video dedicated to chocolate, how to melt it, how to color it. So I'll leave a link to that down below if you want to check it out. So you need to make sure that it's been melted, but it's kind of had a little bit of time to cool down, because if you try to stick hot melted chocolate onto your donut piñata, then you risk kind of melting little holes in it, and we don't want that. All right, so to extract your giant donut from the mold, you always want to release your little edges first, and then in the center as well. And then you should just be able to roll down the outside of your silicone mold and pull it out. Now I'm going to stick mine to a cake board, but you can use a plate or whatever you want, and I'm going to use a little bit of that melted chocolate just to stick it down. All right, now you just want to take a regular knife, and I'm just going to trim off any kind of uneven little edges. Don't go too crazy because you don't want to crack the chocolate. So I'm just going to kind of slide the knife around a little bit. Beautiful. Now it's time for us to start filling it with candy. Fill it nice and full, but don't have it going over the outside edges. And then I'm going to add in my smaller candy because that's going to give us our really nice spill effect. All right, now to stick it together, we're just going to take a little bit of that chocolate on the spoon, and you just want to run it around the top edge. If it's going to spill anywhere, you kind of want it to spill on the inside rather than the outside. And you do need to work relatively quickly here so that it doesn't start to set before you get your other half on. Carefully pick up the top of your donut, and we're just going to rest him straight down on the top. Now to even this off, the best thing to use here is your finger. You can use a tissue or something if you like, but you just want to run around the outside edges with your finger, and it's kind of going to push the chocolate into that little crack. All right, I'm going to put a little bit more of that chocolate into a Ziploc bag, or you could use a piping bag. Just snip off a very fine corner, and I'm just going to come around and just fill in any gaps so that I've got no gaps at all in between my top and my bottom half of my donut. Just come around the outside again and wipe it back. All right, we're almost done with our giant donut piñata. All that's left to do now is to frost it. I'm just going to spoon it straight across the top, and then we're going to give that a couple of taps just to let it sort of naturally fall down the sides. Perfect. I'm going to give it a couple of good taps. That's gonna help to smooth the chocolate off so it looks like that really nice, shiny, smooth frosting, but it's also gonna help to just let it kind of drizzle around those sides. And then finally, before that chocolate starts to set, it's time to sprinkle. And you can never have too many sprinkles on a donut. So that's it. That's how you make a giant candy-filled donut piñata. I love this guy. Super interactive, everyone gets into it, and you can share out all that delicious candy. Make sure you subscribe to My Cupcake Addiction if you're not already. I upload 2 new videos every week. If you know someone that you think would love a giant candy donut piñata, make sure you give this video a share. And as always, guys, thanks very much for watching.